For centuries, the plains of Megiddo have been known as the predestined stage for the end of the world. In Islamic tradition, this event is described as the Great Epic, or Al-Malhama al-Kubra. This apocalyptic war involves a massive confrontation between the Muslim world and the Roman forces. Prophecies indicate that the Roman armies will first land in the areas of Al-Amarq and Dabiq. These strategic locations are situated near the historic city of Aleppo in northern Syria. The Roman alliance is expected to gather under 80 different banners. Under each individual banner, 12,000 soldiers will march toward the battlefield. This staggering force will total nearly 1 million men prepared for total war. As these armies mobilize, the Muslim forces will establish their command center in the Ghouta of Damascus. The world waits in terror as the first signs of this global struggle begin to emerge. The initial peace between the two sides leads to a joint victory over a third common enemy. Upon returning from the battlefield, a Roman soldier raises a cross and claims victory for his faith. A Muslim man, enraged by the act, steps forward to destroy the wooden symbol and protect his beliefs. This spark of violence ignites an immediate and bloody skirmish between the former allies. The Romans retreat to gather a massive force for a final decisive war against the Arabs. For 9 months, they mobilize a massive fleet of 80 banners to crush the resistance. The massive army arrives at the Syrian plains of Dabiq to begin the full invasion. Facing them, the elite Muslim army emerges from the city of Medina to meet the challenge. The Romans demand the return of their kin who converted to Islam during the previous conflicts. A defiant cry rings out as the Muslims refuse to abandon their brothers in faith. The Great Epic begins as the two massive forces collide with a thunderous roar on the plains of Syria. 1/3 of the Muslim army flees the field in a moment of overwhelming terror. A dedicated group of warriors forms a death squad, vowing never to return without total victory. They fight with unmatched ferocity until the darkness of night forces a temporary pause. Both armies retreat to their camps, with no clear winner determined after the first day. By dawn, the entire death squad has been martyred for their cause on the blood-soaked earth. A second squad is formed the following morning to continue the desperate struggle. This cycle of blood and sacrifice repeats for 3 grueling days of stalemate. On the 4th day, the remaining Muslim forces launch a final and decisive assault. The horror of the resulting slaughter is so vast that no bird can fly over the field without falling dead. The 4th day of the Great Epic concludes as the Roman lines finally shatter under the relentless pressure of the believers. Standing amidst the silence of the fallen, the surviving third of the army claims a hard-won victory. Without delay, the victorious forces begin their march toward the legendary city of Constantinople. Upon reaching the massive fortifications, the soldiers raise their voices in a powerful cry of takbir and tahleel. The ancient stone walls suddenly crumble and collapse under the spiritual strength of their unified words. The city falls without a single arrow fired, allowing the Muslims to secure the historic capital. During the brief moment of peace, the warriors hang their bloodied swords upon the gnarled branches of olive trees. They begin to gather the immense treasures and spoils left behind within the conquered city. Suddenly, a piercing and terrifying scream echoes through the camp from a hidden demonic source. Shaitan cries out that the false Messiah has emerged to threaten their homes and families back in the East and the West. Terrified by reports of the false Messiah, the Muslim army immediately abandons their spoils to return home. 10 elite horsemen are dispatched as a vanguard to verify if the Dajjal has truly emerged. These scouts are declared by the prophet to be the finest warriors on the face of the earth. Meanwhile, the Dajjal moves across the world with the incredible speed of a cloud driven by the wind. He performs deceptive miracles, commanding the sky to rain and the earth to surrender its hidden treasures. Vast numbers of people are misled by these signs and begin to worship him as a god. He attempts to enter the holy city of Medina, but finds every entrance guarded by angels with drawn swords. The earth beneath Medina shakes 3 times to cast out the hypocrites, who then join his growing ranks. The remaining believers retreat toward the Levant, preparing for a final stand against the approaching darkness. In the heart of Damascus, the faithful gather at the white minaret to await a divine savior.